Hey! Answer. I need to talk to you. Fine. Can we just talk tomorrow, please? No. Talk right now. Okay, tomorrow. Get home safe, bro. Now, I don't know how much time went by between these two messages right here. I don't know. You assume the way they're texting right now that these two are friends. You know, one person gets all pissy because the other person won't reply, but at the end, it's fine. Just get home safe, right? And now, it's a different story when they call you about 10 times as if their life is on the line. Like, brother, if I didn't answer the phone the first, 8 times you called me, what made you think a FaceTime video was gonna be any different? I'm still not answering. But clearly, something is at stake here. Now, it's not their life, it's their reputation, because this person's an absolute creep, and we're gonna talk about it. What's up, boys? It's Bumpkin, and welcome back to another one of my videos. I was gone for 3 weeks. Alright, look, I was gone for a little bit, like a little longer than expected. I've got a whole lot of noise typically going on in this house, at least for the moment, you know? We're rebuilding the floor in the room right above me, so sometimes I don't get to record, even if I want to record, so, you know, be patient with me, be patient with us. Not everything is gonna run smoothly, but I'm not going anywhere, I promise you. Thank you for keeping your composure. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and comment Microcenter K, because this was a complaint filed by a friend of mine personally. They actually gave me permission to talk about this, and that guy's still hired, the one that harassed them in the first place. Matter of fact, I was told that someone else got reported twice for sexual harassment in the workplace over there, and they didn't even get fired. I wasn't supposed to know that though, because they really like confidentiality at Microcenter apparently, at least the one my friend works at. So if any of the managers over there is listening to this, you know, HR, yeah, lock in. That is some weird shit. Alright, so to respect everyone's privacy, names are whited out, of course, but this is an email that she had sent out just days after the whole experience, essentially reporting what happened. It says, around 7:30 Tuesday, a coworker asked me to speak with him outside, and I agreed in case he needed to talk to someone privately or if anything needed help. Soon realizing he was intoxicated. So, bro's already drunk on the job. Honestly, it's already a recipe for disaster. In result of conversating, it led to a very uncomfortable conversation, leading up to questions asking, if you bought me a 4090, I'd eat your pussy. What the dude's laying down the proposition of a lifetime, but what, there's more. Don't worry. You know everyone thinks about fucking you. You give this I wanna fuck you aura. What if I fucked you? You know, if you were into Hispanics, I would date you. What if I just ate your pussy? So, you know, clearly this guy's like 0 for 7 right now. He's just not hitting anything. I was told she didn't even reply to any of these comments he made, just tried to get him to some water, like in a public setting to sober him up. Public to her other coworkers at least. But the worst of it has to be after she got done dealing with a customer, he comes back to talk to her and then ends up grabbing her by the neck with his arm, I guess wrapping his arm around her neck, which is wild, especially without any form of pretext, unless you count maybe like a handshake or him pulling her in for a hug sometimes before this. Is I'd asked her if there was any physical contact before this whole neck hug. She said he had never done anything like this situation before and didn't really give her a means to escape, seeing as he's like way bigger and about 6 or 7 years older than she is. Both adults, but still. Claiming she was scared for her life in this situation, which, I mean, if you know how social cues work, or if you know any in general, you can kind of realize when someone feels uncomfortable in your presence. At least you should be able to. Now, I wouldn't go on perception alone. We all know how her situation went. I mean, she's told the story like 3 times, but this is way different. There's absolutely nothing normal about unwarranted touching, you know, weird comments that someone is clearly not playing along with. And I mean, she labeled it as light banter, at least earlier jokes they made inside of her Reddit post talking about her experience, but she made it with AI. Not sure why. I think the raw version is way better, honestly. Like, for example, he'd make a joke and she'd retaliate with something light and quick. All of this being done in a public setting in front of everybody, so it was clear that they were joking. But all the earlier quotes I showed you in that email were completely private and for nobody else's entertainment, just between her and him. Now, if you've ever had friends before that you can be that open with, you know, usually those jokes are made between everybody because it's stupid. It's hardly even flirting. It's definitely not an excuse for you to ask me if you can eat me out multiple times. Honestly, if we can go back to this one, if you were into Hispanics, listen, if you have to say if you were into me, I would date you, You already know what the deal is, and it's not happening. Telling me about hypotheticals in your fantasies in a private setting will not up your chances, but he also was extremely drunk. She had told me that they had went to a bar during his lunch break apparently, and he just came back slammed. And I'm sorry, like, only like an alcoholic father is going to a bar during his lunch break, so at 26, that is insane to me. I don't care if it's your birthday, I don't care if you're going through it in life. There's many things you can do during your lunch break than go to a bar. I want to ask if bro even ate any food during his lunch break, but I'm not gonna bother. There's no point. That's not even what we're here to talk about. I'm sidetracked. I'm just thankful that she had more people there working than just those two, because you know, you expect to trust your best friend, so you think if it comes down to just the two of us in closing, I can trust you, you can trust me, everything is fine, everything will be normal, and we can go home without having to deal with being harassed, you know what I mean? And I know so many people that would get very annoyed if a woman were to say they can't even trust their own coworker, their own best friend that is also their coworker, enough to be alone with them in the workplace and, you know, close. But it's situations like these, man. Drunk in the workplace, making really creepy comments in private, you know, unwarranted touching. That's all it takes to really ruin everything for you. I find it very hard to believe that if I was blackout drunk telling someone I'd eat their butt for a graphics card, that they would laugh at that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm different. Maybe you guys find that extremely funny. In a private setting, it'd be kind of hard to chuckle at it. Let's just be real. Like I said, people need to read social cues better. I don't know. I might start a class for this, honestly, for reading the room, because that's something everybody needs nowadays, to just read the room, read the social cues, see what people think. How do they react to the joke you're making? Are they chuckling? Are they smiling? Or are they wincing at every word you're saying? That'll really tell you everything. That'll tell you when to stop. If someone has to curl themselves up into a ball to hear you speak, it's about time you stop speaking. And like I said, Microcenter, you need to crack down on this. I have another story right here under that same one that my friend posted, just relating to their experience completely, saying they had a coworker borderline beg to interact with them sexually and give him a chance, despite being in a relationship, making comments about her body and telling her to quit her job to post on OnlyFans. So this guy's he's a buyer. Man, do I have a story about OnlyFans buyers, but you know, I can't really tell you guys about that until a certain someone gives me all the information on it. Hopefully that's gonna be the next video, if not a future one. Also mentioning bro got a warning. He didn't get fired for this, so obviously, you know, they didn't take her seriously, I guess. You know, it seems like they thought she was lying or exaggerating. At least that's what she seems to think. If you want me to be honest, I guarantee you it's probably because he's decent at his job and they're friends, so they're too afraid to fire him, which in my opinion is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. Like, hey, outside of the workplace, if you want to pretend like he's not a creep, especially to her, fine. You should probably have a little bit of integrity though. At the very least, make that man take a class. Separate the two, the three, however many people were involved from her. It makes absolutely no sense to make her the bad guy because he's telling her to make an OnlyFans and to quit her job. Like I said, Microcenter, lock in. I don't know, do something. You guys have some decent products. This is crazy. Your people aren't decent, it seems. That's all I really wanted to talk about. My friend gave me this and said I should probably speak on it. Honestly, I wanted to after seeing it. I found it pretty interesting. I don't know how often this happens in the workplace. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you have, tell me a little bit about it in the comments if you want. You don't have to give away too many details, but I definitely want to hear how often this is going on. And on that note, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to comment down below so I can go hard it. While you're at it, go follow my Instagram and my Twitter. And you guys have a wonderful day. Peace, peace.